Hello everybody, hey, it's Ken Faulkner. Another knife video for you. Trying to mix it up, kind of do some different stuff. Lately I've been showing a lot of more expensive knives. I'm on the far other end of the spectrum on this one. This one is a knife that I picked up recently, and the reason why I got it was for the price. I mean, I wanted to see what I could get for the amount of money because this one was on sale, and it's not exactly an expensive one anyway, but it was on sale. So I paid less than $10 for this knife. $10. You can't even really pick up a knife at a gas station anymore for that price. The way things, inflation, everything. Just talking with a buddy about how it's so hard nowadays. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I've been blessed, but I understand a lot of people are struggling out there, and well, it's just amazing to me that you can get something for $10 that's not going to fall apart when you immediately open it up. This doesn't quite fit to the category of a knife that I don't have in my collection brand. This is Magnum. I guess that's a sub brand from Boker. Boker's a well-known name. I mean, I've known about them for forever. As long as I've been into knives, Boker's been around. I do have a few of them already, though. But it's funny because I started looking at, okay, what Bokers do I have? And they're all a little strange. So I thought I'd bring these guys out. Before I open up this box, I bring out, now this one may be the most normal of the batch. This one is the Vox Compact Side Auto Button Lock. Now, for me, I don't have a lot of autos because I live in California, and they got these crazy rules. But one of those rules, automatic knives can't be over 2 inches. And we got this guy here is one of those ones that's like right at that mark, that 2-inch mark. Cali legal is what they call it, because it's such a crazy law. I mean, you can do just about your basic cutting stuff. You're gonna open up packages. You're gonna cut a little string off your hanging off your shirt. All kinds of stuff you can do with a small little knife like this, but it is pretty small. But it's a D2 blade. Again, this one's not super expensive. It's another reason this is only $50 for an automatic knife, which is pretty good. Boker's got a few different ones. I've always liked the Kalashnikov knives, but those are a little bit bigger than that 2-inch mark, so I don't have one of those. So anyway, that was one of my Bokers that I have, and it's a cool knife, and it is Cali legal. Another one. I saw this one on a video. I think it was like a Blade HQ, and they were talking to the rep from the company, and he was bringing out all kinds of new knives that they had. And they had this crazy one. And it got stuck in my head. And it's got a chain on it, a little ball chain. So you can wear it around your neck like a necklace. It's not really a neck knife because it doesn't come off of the chain. But that is quite an unusual looking knife. This is one of those ones that have a magnet to hold it closed. And it slides around. So you see that? That's a magnet. And that's closed. You hear that click. So it rotates around. And then halfway through, the blade stops. And you bring the rest of the handle around. So these scales swivel around the pivot as well as the blade swiveling around the pivot. And it's locked in position, nice and tight. This guy is called the Little Egg, L'Egg. And you can see even smaller blade from Boker. But, he wears a necklace. It looks kind of cool, kind of different. Not your usual thing that you'd see people wearing. I like to wear it at like blade shows because people ask me about it. And I go, oh yeah, look at this. I don't think a lot of people are familiar with this knife, but it's got a hollow grind. This one is in D2 as well. You can see I'm getting a little bit of corrosion on the edge, so I could take a couple swipes on either maybe a ceramic rod or a strop. Should clean that up, and then I got to make sure I oil it. Sometimes it's been a while since I've looked at some of these ones, so the videos are good for me to bring them out and look at them and say, oh, I need to do a little maintenance on this guy. And then this one may be the craziest of them all. And you all have probably seen this one. It's the Mermaid. And this is from Boker. If you weren't familiar, it is a Boker knife, the Mermaid. And it works. It does cut. You can see there's a little schmutz on here. I have used it. I've carried it. Not very often. It's pretty much, a novelty type item. But the action is okay. You got this humongous flipper, which is the flipper of the Mermaid. And those crazy colors. So, yeah. This was gifted to me. That's the rule, right? You don't buy this one yourself. My girlfriend did. She bought this one for me. And yeah, so I have a Mermaid in my collection. So there are my 3 Bokers I have so far. And let's see the new one. This one, I saw it on Tim's School of Fish. I mentioned him a lot because I watched a lot of his stuff, and I think he's doing a great job. He's getting close to 4,000 subs right now. He's just like screaming along. But it's because he's putting the work in. He's doing a live every week, every Tuesday night. He's got Just the Tip. Him and Jake from Uncommon EDC. They got a live at Pacific time. I believe it's 6 o'clock. And it's just an hour. It's not like a 4-hour one. So, if you got time on a Tuesday night, check it out. They have a lot of good guests and things like that. But anyway, he had a Boker knife that he had picked up at Blade Show, and he had paid something like $10 on sale. And that's really what made me look at their website. And I saw this one on sale, normally $25, under 10. And I'm going, okay. But the funny thing is, when I go to put it in my shopping cart, it's $10 shipping. So it's twice the price. But at that point, and nowadays, the way things are, they're tough. $20 just doesn't really get you a Happy Meal anymore. You know what I mean? It's just $20. Doesn't go very far. So $20 for a knife, even though I had to pay half of it as shipping, which is hilarious. But I did get here pretty quick. Not like some of these other knives, and I'll be talking about those when they finally arrive. I got a couple knives that have been out for like 3 weeks waiting for them to get to me. Anyway, enough gabbing. This is very much a traditional type knife, although it's a little different. As you can see, it's a lockback. This one is it's kind of got a very generic name. You get that with a lot of traditional type knives. This one is just called the back lock. It's the Magnum Lock Back Black. So, not really picking a name. At least they're not using initials, but so it's something descriptive. A lot of the other knives will have just numbers, but at least it has some kind of description. But actually, I am really impressed with this one for the price. Synthetic handle, so it's just it may look like something like micarta or something like that, but it's just synthetic. But it seems really nice. I'm not sure if that's nickel silver, but it does have like that rosebud type shield. It's not too small. Let me get my ruler out again, and we'll see. Overall length, I think, is about almost 3 3/4. For traditional, that's not bad at all. But it is a lockback. I have a few of these kind of knives with a lock on them. The pull is not very stiff with this, but it doesn't really need to because it locks in place. So you don't have the spring holding it from closing it on you. It has that lock. Also, if you look real close, it's got a hollow grind on it, which is very cool. This thing is very slicey, very, very slicey. It's that 440C. I know that's very old-timey, but You know, I've been collecting since that was super popular, 440C. So I'm not unhappy about that. So yeah, I mean the materials are not the higher end stuff, but one thing cool about with it's got a nail nick here, so you can pull it open with that two-hander, two-handed to close for the back lock. But because it has that hollow, it's not very deep, but it's enough there, and the spring isn't so hard on it that you can actually pinch it open and open it with your thumb. So you do get that one-handed operation. And a lot of people don't like slip joints. Now it's not the kind of action, like it's not going to drop here even if I close the lock, but I can push it against my pant leg and close it one-handed, so I can open and close this one-handed. It's not like fast action or anything like that, but if you're holding on to something and you want to cut it, you can pull this out of your pocket and roll it open, cut, and you can even close it again. And there you go. So that's kind of a cool little aspect of it. You know, lockback's going to be pretty strong. I think 440C is a good steel. I think the hollow grind on this thing, it cuts really well. I was cutting some cardboard with it. Let's grab a piece of cardboard and see what happens. I mean, there you go. It cuts very well. I mean, you know, maybe not the most fantastic, but that's a good clean cut on some cardboard. Anyhow, so yeah, all good experiences for this price that you can't get a gas station knife, as far as I can tell anymore, for. Boker Magnum. I don't know a lot about the difference between just regular Boker and Magnum, but apparently I think maybe it's just the traditional stuff, or maybe it's the lower price stuff. I don't know. But I think this is a really cool knife. I'm happy I got it. I like high-end knives. I love really expensive knives, but I also like something that's a really good deal. And I put this thing, I got this little pocket organizer here, and I just slip it right in there, drops in my pocket. And it has that advantage of not being super threatening. You know, Andy Armstrong was talking about that on just, I think it was, just the tip, or no, it was on Casey's Live, talking about how that's a good reason for having a traditional knife, is that you don't scare the neighbors. Anyway, so I could put it right in there because it doesn't come with a slip, so I happen to have this one. It works. I put multiple knives in here. Got a little pin from Olight, got a little Olight flashlight. You can actually even, so this is a cool little thing. I got that at Amazon too. But it's so handy to have, and you just pop it in your pocket. It's really easy to find. Yeah, so there you go. The Boker, the Magnum Lockback Black. I'll never remember that name, but it basically tells you what it is, because they do have a couple different colors, I guess. So there it is. Just thought I'd do a little video, something a little different. Try to mix it up for you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.